guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I have a very special guest.
Hi guys, my name is Llewellyn. I am so excited to be on Sanne's channel today.
For anyone who doesn't know Mari, she's an amazing health and wellness influencer, does a lot of recipes, has amazing workout programs. I haven't done like a girls talk video in such a long time. I was hanging with Mari and I was like, you know what? We gotta bring it back. So last week I asked you to send over some questions for us. Okay, wow, there's so many different questions.
I'm excited to see what you guys want to know.
Let's start with the basics here. How did you meet?
How
How
did
did we
you?
meet? Yeah.
How did you meet? We met definitely through Instagram.
Yes.
My interior designer who did this house, Lauren from LP Creative, incredible.
Looks stunning, this setting.
Thank you. I saw that she did Sanne's loft
Yeah.
and she did such a beautiful job with Sanne's loft. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to ask her about her experience. Lauren ended up doing my whole house. So that was really the connection we had. But we're also in the same industry. So it's really nice that we got to meet and chat and like bond over creating content and recipes. And we're both big foodies.
That's a really big thing. That's the interest of like food and sending each other like inspiration. I know social media is not always, gets a lot of like hate, but there are also some positive sides on this to connect with people and things like that. So
100%.
general question here, can you please share like what's your diet or like your nutrition, like what does that look like?
For those of you who don't know, I went through a big weight loss journey in 2017. I was in a really rough patch in my life and I lost 90 pounds. So it was
insane.
Yeah, it was a big moment for me and a big kind of like shift in mindset and the way I viewed food. I never really realized how food could change the way I thought or the way I felt. It was just like grabbing what I could. During this journey, I learned so much about food, but it's a journey. Like you're always evolving and figuring out what works best for you. So initially when I started, I was doing kind of bodybuilder style eating, a lot of eggs, oats, like, it was better than what I was eating before, but
Chicken, broccoli, and
chicken and broccoli, exactly. And it wasn't 100% what I loved to eat, but at least it was better than what I was doing. Now, over time, I have learned I definitely respond very well to healthy fats. It's gonna improve my brain health and keep me full and satiated. I do think about protein with every meal. But also just getting variety and color on my plate is so important to me.
I really love that. I feel you kind of like hit all the marks in what you said, like color on your plate, like different like fruits and vegetables. I also love how you kind of focus on like how food would make you feel and kind of tap into like, brain energy and like almost a mental state, because I feel a lot of people connect food immediately to like their physical looks.
100%.
But I think approaching nutrition and stuff like that to how it makes you feel rather than how it makes you look. I think that is a really big one.
So important.
Let's see. Okay, what will you do when your moods are down? When you wake up and it's like you're just not feeling it. Sometimes you just have that. Like, what are the things you do to make you get out of bed, to have a good day?
I think that is when self-love rituals are even more important.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to say like, oh, I want to isolate today. I want to stay in bed. I'm not going to meditate. I'm not going to go on my walk. But those are the days where you really need those things. Get some movement in, get the endorphins flowing, make yourself a beautiful, healthy breakfast so you feel amazing when you go about your day. Surround yourself with positive people who are going to uplift you. Yeah, I would say the habits that you develop on a daily basis, like keep those going on the rough days. I know it's challenging, but they're so needed. Take extra care of yourself.
Even if it's like the smaller little
100%.
things. Yeah, I always feel it a lot with when the weather is like not great. It's immediately like when the sun is not out, like my mood is just like not good, and I'm like, I really need to do my best to like not have that an effect on me. I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Okay.
I was actually just joking when we sat down here. I was like, we're not really representing our brands today because we're drinking coffee right here, and both of us are matcha girls.
I know.
So yeah,
You guys know we love matcha.
we love matcha.
Oh my gosh. How do you deal with hangovers?
Oh my God. In my early 20s, I was literally hangover every single weekend, like every weekend. And I was just like, just suck it up. I was like, whatever. next day I will feel better. Now I have the most terrible hangovers ever, even after a couple drinks. Obviously hydration, like I drink so much water. I love to take like a liquid IV with extra like minerals and like vitamins and like salts, which kind of like, you know, helps. I love drinking fresh coconut water.
That's a good one.
There was this place in, I think it was a Juice Generation in New York, and I used to grab these like giant coconuts, fresh ones.
Yes, they have coconuts.
Yeah, so even in the winter, if I was hangover, I would like walk with my giant parka and with this like coconut. A lot of sleep, honestly, and just kind of also accepting the fact that I'm hangover. I think that's a really big one, because when I'm just like trying to do things and I just get frustrated with it, I'm just like, no, today I'm just like, I'm hangover, I'm not doing anything, which is really hard for me, but it's definitely helping a lot.
I struggle with that too. I think I call it hangxiety, because you wake up and you're like, oh my God, what did I do? Why did I do this? I'm gonna be so unproductive today, but like, it's okay, you know, it's okay. Yeah, I totally agree with everything you just said.
I wish there was like a secret remedy or a pill or anything to take to get rid of your hangover, but it's just not. Like, alcohol is just not great for you, and it's just, there is no like,
You can't escape.
you can't escape, you just gotta deal with it.
And I feel like the older you get, the worse it gets.
It definitely is.
Like, I am not recovering for maybe 2 days.
Yeah.
How often do you drink on that topic?
It's funny. So I came from Europe and I was literally drinking every single day. Like, I just love, like, I don't know, I was just celebrating. But like drink on a party, like full on, like a lot of cocktails, I don't do that as much anymore, because it just doesn't really make me feel good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do drink, like socially. I enjoy a good glass of wine.
Wine socially, 100%. I'm definitely learning that like my values in life are wellness and feeling good, so it's not worth it to me anymore to get to that level and like have the hangover. So I try to keep it at 1 glass, maybe 2 on the weekend. But I went through my party stage. I got it out of my system, so
I don't know. I'm still like hanging in there a little bit. Ooh, I actually really like this. Have you any advice on how to deal with loneliness or FOMO? I think especially in this industry where you like kind of, you know, you automatically are on social media a lot. Like,
yeah, in this industry, you see everyone's doing everything. Like every event. I used to get really bad FOMO in college. I like felt like I had to be at every party. Now I'm a little bit more like, okay, well, I know I'm gonna feel my best if I stay in tonight. Or if like I do wanna go out, I make it something that I would enjoy. I think it's so easy with social media to feel like everyone is having a better experience than you. And that's really where being present and focusing on what you're doing in that moment is so crucial.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel everyone is very natural to have this, you know, a feeling of like FOMO, of loneliness, or like missing out on things, especially when you look at your phone. But I always like keep to remind myself that I feel if there's a party or a thing going on and everyone shows this on social media or like on their phone, whatever, I always wonder like how present are people actually? Like very often the most fun events, the most fun parties, those are not being shared because people are so present and in the moment. I think that was a big like mind shift in a way for me. Yeah. And I think also like often we feel hesitant to like reach out to people or to make new friends, but I'm telling you, there's so many people in like the same boat as you who are also looking for connection. And I'm 100% sure that for every personality out there, there are other people who think and love to do the same things and all of that.
Yeah, and I feel like most of the time, other people are feeling the same way as you do. You feel so isolated in your feelings, but probably someone else is hoping that you ask them to go grab a coffee or to go do something, because social media can make everyone feel lonely. So just know you're not alone in that feeling.
Exactly. I am obsessed with this couch. It is so soft. I just want to touch it.
Isn't it cool?
Oh, it's so cool.
Guys, my chocolate shirling chairs. I'm obsessed.
Love it.
Ooh, okay. How do you control stress?
Ooh, oh my God. Okay, so like I'm in this place now where I'm trying to find out like what are the things that cause stress. I think that is the number one thing. You need to find like the root problem before you can actually like solve it. Things what cause me stress is when like my schedule changes, when I try to fit in too much, when like things get messy in that sense. So now I'm in this kind of moments where I am trying to really focus on planning everything out, keeping everything on the schedule, which is amazing because I'm creating more of like a system, and
Yeah.
I feel less stressed.
Yeah.
The hard part is though when things unexpectedly change or delay and things like that, I do feel this little overwhelmed and like stressed feeling. That is something what I'm trying to manage right now, where it's like, okay, trying to build in structures, but also be semi-flexible and not
Yeah.
be too stressed about it. That's just a personality I have. I wish I didn't, but like I put a lot of pressure on myself.
Yeah.
It's okay, but yeah, trying to learn to let that go.
I'm
What
the
about you?
same way. I'm addicted to my calendar. Everything has to be in the calendar, and I like to time block, but I often find myself putting too much in a day. And I'm really trying to catch myself on that, because the day comes and I'm like, oh my gosh, like why did I pack my day full? It's not necessary.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you need to be creative for your job, it can actually be a disservice, because you're so stressed and running around, you don't have room to come up with ideas. And
Yeah.
a lot of us are really hard on ourselves, and it's something that we need to catch.
Yeah.
And I'm working on that flexibility as well, because I know the feeling when something changes in your day and you're like,
Yeah. And
Not
I think
right
it's,
now.
I thought it was interesting when you said kind of making these time blocks and you love to schedule things in. I also learned to schedule downtime in. Before I was always like, okay, downtime will just happen on the moments I'm, not doing things. And that has helped me a lot, where I actually also block in time where it's like, hey, now I am going to see a friend for dinner, or like that hour I'm going to go for a walk with my dog.
that's actually a good tip. I need to do
Yeah.
that, because I just kind of wait for the downtime moments, but then I fill it with
doesn't
something
happen.
else. It doesn't happen. You end up scrolling or
Yeah.
like working, and great tip.
Are you more an introvert or an extrovert?
Growing up, I was really shy. I was a very polite kid, but I was also very reserved. I kind of felt like I didn't have a place to say how I felt and think. And now that I've grown up and developed my own business and I work
Yeah.
for myself, I've kind of learned like I need to stand up for myself and be a bit more forward with how I feel. And I found that I'm getting more confident and I'm becoming more of an extrovert, but I need alone time. Like if I am around people every day, all day, which a lot of the time I am, I need to be by myself and take a minute. So
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'm both.
It's often more of a question of like, where do you get energy from? Is it of being alone, or is it being out and like being with people? And
Being
things like
with
that?
people.
Okay.
Connecting
so then
with
you
people.
might be more of an extrovert.
I guess I'm finding
I
out right
feel
now.
I'm like more switched, where
Yeah.
I was like growing up, I was an extreme extrovert. Like I was 24/7 with people, always everywhere. I was never a moment alone. Like I just loved it. I would get so much energy.
Yeah.
But I think after the pandemic, I just really enjoyed kind of being by myself more, and like I don't know why, it's almost like I discovered a whole different part.
Yeah.
And I actually have way more like introverted feelings like after that. I'm like, oh, I actually
Interesting.
like more being by myself.
That's a
And,
cool
yeah.
discovery though, because I think being alone is really valuable. Being alone, you can really be with your thoughts and come up with new ideas. And I think it's a really valuable lesson that like being
Yeah.
alone is crucial in your day.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, I don't know why, but like this question comes over and over and over, so I feel we just need to like answer it. Could you talk about body hair and hair removal? I feel like it's extremely stigmatized. I see at least 10 of these questions about this.
Interesting. I actually get a lot of questions about that too. We're blonde, so it's a kind of a different story for us, I think. Like I've heard from a lot of my dark-haired friends, it's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I have had laser before, and I don't think it's ideal for me because I have such light hair and I always have a spray tan.
I don't know, I used to do laser and
Yeah.
I really loved it. The only thing is I was during a time where I was traveling a ton, and like you can't do laser when you're like 10 or when you're going in the sun.
Yeah.
So I would do a couple sessions. I was traveling, couldn't do it, and like I was never like really consistent with it, and then it like doesn't really work, but I did really love it, and it didn't hurt at all. Like when people say that, does laser hurt?
No.
Like down there, no, it doesn't. I always got this question a lot when I was like on set, and they were like, oh, for modeling, like,
Yeah, what
how
did
do
you
you do
do?
that if you have bumps and stuff? Honestly, I would never worry about it too much, because like if you have I think like having bumps from like shaving or whatever, it's very natural. Like honestly, everyone has that.
Yeah.
You can't compare yourself with like the billboards you see hanging up, because it's literally all Photoshop. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't even worried about it prior going to set, because I knew how easy they would just
Smooth it out.
smooth it out. And I think even a lot of people actually do that in their photos and stuff too.
I was gonna say.
Like it's so easy to like smooth it out, and I also think it's very normal.
I had my first bikini wax experience recently.
No way. How was that? That's
Have you had one before?
no, I never.
Don't ever do it.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
I actually can't.
Okay, we're getting to the crux of
Okay,
it.
sorry. Yeah, I'm just
'cause
revealing it all.
Some people love it.
Yeah, everyone told me how amazing it is, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it before my Europe trip. I went in and I genuinely cannot believe women do this. Like, we are warriors. This was the most painful experience of my
Really?
crying.
I'm scared to do it because like I do my upper lip. I have a pretty dark like mustache. Honestly, there was someone who commented like a long time ago and was like, Sanne, I really love that you're promoting like mustache on like for women, and I was like, okay, I haven't done it in a while. I just don't really personally. If you know, some people don't mind it. I personally don't like it for myself, but I already found it so painful, and I was like, I don't know how people do it, but it's not great.
Traumatizing. I was crying. I was screaming.
Wow.
So shout out to anyone who does that.
I want to open this up to the comment section down below too, because
Yeah.
like I'm very curious, especially because it's like a lot of questions came in about this, so I'm very curious. I loved laser. I had a place in New York I go to, and
Yeah.
here in LA, I think I never took the effort to. Like,
I just shave with a regular razor.
same. I just do that too. I know it's annoying every couple of days, but like,
You know,
you know,
it's hard being a lady.
it really is.
Any advice for bloating?
I think finding like the root cause is already one really big one. It was funny because I did breath work yesterday
Oh.
in like a session, and I never really do it because I find it really hard. I don't really love it. I tried it once and I was kind of like, I don't really want to go. And I went with Max, and it actually felt really, really good. And in the evening I was like, wow, I feel like 10 pounds lighter on my body. I don't know, I just had the thought where I was like, it's really funny how your mental state gets so connected to your body. I notice when I feel stressed is like my personal number one that causes bloating for me. Recognizing that was really helpful. And then also I think sometimes you're just sensitive for certain types of foods and ingredients, and like finding out what that is for you. You can do this by a blood test, by an elimination diet.
Yeah.
And I actually found out I struggled a lot with gasiness. It wasn't dairy, it wasn't gluten, it wasn't all of that. And I was so confused. And I found out it was spicy food. So anything with a pepper related, with the tiniest spice in Thai food or anything, or Mexican food, boom,
Wow.
my stomach was upset. And after I found out, I was like, I could avoid it, and bloating and things like that was way less. So
Interesting.
yeah, I feel the journey is very personal to everyone.
Yeah, and it happens to everyone. Like, it's so normal.
100%.
The stress part is key. I think stress is like the cause of so many things and we don't think about it. So for me, maintaining stress is important. Lots of water, take my greens every day, clean food that I know is going to make me feel good. Everything you listed as well, I think. And also just
Yeah.
knowing that it's normal and that it's temporary.
I think that is a really good thing to just like accept it.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
And when I feel bloated, it's weird. I love taking a very cold shower when I feel bloated. I feel it's almost like a
Inflammation.
inflammation. Like I feel so much better. Cold shower. I do stretching, so you're almost like getting some movement in, or like walking. That helps a lot for me. And then yeah, taking greens. I think. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, my company is named Bloom Nutrition. We're a female supplement company. It was something I started after my weight loss journey. It kind of happened naturally, and greens are our most popular product. They kind of blew up on TikTok recently, and they're basically an anti-bloating product with probiotics, whole fruits and veggies, but they taste amazing and they're really easy to get in, so you could just throw them in a smoothie or a shaker with water. I make sure I incorporate those every single day. But as you said, like walking and your lifestyle in general is gonna contribute to your bloating too.
100%. I think we got through it. If you have any other questions you want to ask us, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I will try to do my best to answer to all of them. Obviously, you can also follow us on Instagram. I hope to see you guys very soon.
Thank you for having me. Bye guys.